Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support. Really do appreciate it. So right now, Bitcoin has fallen out of a technical, or a couple of technical patterns really. You've got the double top pattern just there. Look, it's double top, boom, boom, boom. You know, you're rolling over. You've lost a key level of support, and with that, you do have a technical target to the downside. This is your key level of support. If you do see Bitcoin coming up and breaking that, then that's good. That means you're coming back up and you're creating a throwback, just like you created a throwback just here in this ascending triangle pattern. Okay, so there's a couple of technical targets to the downside here. One is this double top pattern from there to there. So you've lost support. So basically Bitcoin, because you've lost support of this double top pattern, Bitcoin is on its way down to 4.3. Where are we? Just here. There, 43431. But what else you've done here is you're falling out of a large ascending triangle that you found yourself in, okay, for Bitcoin. You had a couple of throwbacks here, but with that you do have a technical target as well to the downside. So it's from there to there, and you can see that Bitcoin lost support of the technical, the support of the ascending triangle. So this is where you could see it coming all the way back down to retest this high. Do you see that? So you could be looking at Bitcoin coming down to this from the ascending triangle, which would still be relatively healthy, to be honest with you, because look, you come up, you roll over, you come up, you roll over, and this is what you have to do. You have to roll over for these impulsive waves, because you come back to make the impulsive waves greater. Just like this one here, when you came up, you overextended, you rolled over to the EMAs, you lost them for a bit, and you come back up, you create a beautiful double bottom structure right there. We've got no kind of reversal structure here at the moment. This is always something you want to see in a bottom. Okay, when you're correcting and you're coming down, you do want to see some kind of reversal pattern forming. Just there was a double bottom, a retest of support, confirmation of a bottom. See you later. And in a minute, that to me looks like potentially some kind of bear flag. Okay, so it's a continuation pattern. So you could just measure that from there to there, and you can see that if you do fall out of that pattern, look, that's where you've got a continuation. You will be looking at 41982, and the only way to invalidate that structure and that correction, okay, is like I said to you, the pattern that's in play is validated until invalidated away. The only way to invalidate that is if you come up and you break the high of the pattern, okay, and you come up back into the pattern and reverse it. So just like I said to you, on the daily at the minute, we're in a technical target and a technical pattern to the upside. Look, we've got the falling wedge. So regardless of all this in-out chop and coming back to key levels of support and resistance and stuff like that, you are still in a technical target to the upside at the moment. And the way to invalidate this technical target, the retracement out of the falling wedge, so the B high and then the all-time high, is to fall back into the wedge. You fall back into the wedge, then you're continuing with that pattern. This is where potentially you could see the lower low. But for me, I'm not seeing that, because I think that if we lose that particular low right there, you're losing a key level of support and a structural support as well for Bitcoin, and that is potentially where you could enter the bear market for Bitcoin. Okay, so this is really, really keen interest to me. We fall back into this green line. I will keep reminding you, we fall back into there. That's really negative. That is really negative for Bitcoin. Don't anticipate it, because with that you're forming this big, massive potential head and shoulders pattern there, and you can see with that, if you do something like that to there, to your neckline, this is where you're going to come back down. Do you see that, and create a lower low? So I don't anticipate it, but until it happens, it's in front of us. It's a possibility, absolutely, it is there. But as long as we come down and we adhere to key structural support and we hold that support, we're looking at continuation, okay, because we're in a reversal pattern to the upside. We're not in any reversal patterns to the downside other than this small one, because we've got a little bit overextended. We've got a small little ascending triangle and essentially a double M top pattern, which is playing out, which brings us down to 41982 at the moment. Do you see that? Which is previous, this previous swing high. So that's what you do when you go up. You come up in swing high, swing low, swing high, swing lows, and you test the previous swing high support for continuation, and that's exactly what it looks like Bitcoin's trying to do at the moment. It's trying to come down to hold and test support for continuation. Okay, so yeah, that's Bitcoin. I mean, at that point as well, if you did come down to there, not financial advice, if you did come down to there, which isn't too far away, I think it's only about another 7% or something, so it's not a massive correction, but that would offer you a fantastic impulsive wave up, breaking all these highs, and you will be looking at a 52,349 Bitcoin. So from here right now, I think we're trading around about there, aren't we? If we was to see a further correction, it's a 6.37% long short, on Bitcoin that could have actually come into play. You just wicking down below the 20 as well. There is some more technical breakdown targets that I'm seeing alts. Okay, Alts have bounced off 20 EMAs, right? But what would I'd like to see? I would like to see them bounce off at 55 EMA on the daily, because I think that would offer a fantastic level of support and a greater opportunity moving forward, to be honest with you. But again, not financial advice. And if we do come down here, okay, there is a trend line in the weekly RSI which we are targeting. Do you remember this trend line? I will keep reminding you. Look at this, you know, look at that. If we do start to come down anymore, look at that trend line coming into play, like it's come into play in previous up cycles. Okay, we come down there and we bounce. That's confirmation. You're looking golden for continuation right there. Okay, so yeah, full transparency. You fall any lower, if you start coming into this green pattern, okay, you're coming back into a technical target, basically, that we're broken out of, a technical target to the upside. If you roll over here and lose key level support and you come in back into that, you are looking at a lower low than that. Okay, pretty much confirmation, because with that you're forming a reversal wave right there. You're losing the 0618, you're forming a reversal wave, and you're coming back down. You're going to see another impulsive wave to the downside, which potentially could be that 20k that everyone's screaming about down here. It is a possibility, you know, it is a possibility, but will it happen? We don't know, do we? But until we start creating that possibility for ourselves, it's still a possibility, and not a definite. At the minute, you know, we are in a more probable target to the upside, like this, to the B high and the A high, than we are to this. Do you understand that? The only way that this becomes more possible or probable, you're losing this and you're falling back into this pattern. So until that happens, I'm still biased to the fact that we are bullish, we're coming back, we're testing support, and we're looking for continuation in this bull market. Okay, got a little short up in front of you on the 4 hour, because you're on a technical target to the downside just there, where I do expect at the moment, you know, you are forming some kind of little bull flag continuation pattern. You're under the EMAs at the moment, so it does look like it's coming down and it's on its way. Okay, so yeah, you're in a technical target to 41982 for Bitcoin, which would see you come back down to this high pretty much. It might not actually get down there, so do anticipate a bounce off this high at 42624. So that's what happens when you start to lose support. You do usually see yourself bounce off previous highs. Okay, and you can see that that is the previous high for Bitcoin. So yeah, do anticipate that. And it's just the same as this. Look, you come up, you got overextended, and where do you fall back to? Here. And before you got that double bottom, because that's what I like to see as well. You know, I like to see some kind of double bottom structure there, where you get a test and a retest, or even a triple bottom where you get that support and away you go. So for me, you're looking at more continuation to the downside here for Bitcoin. On this point right here, you have potentially got a beautiful little short of around about 6.4%. But, you know, just because it's in a technical target doesn't mean it's going to get met, you know, and the way to invalidate them technical targets is to create throwbacks. Look, you was in a technical target which you broke out of just there, and then you did it again, but you was in a constant level of resistance just there, and that's where, you know, you've come back, basically, and you've fell back into this pattern, and now you're coming out of this pattern, so your technical target is to the downside, but again, you could get a throwback here. This is why you set stop losses, okay? So that's a little update on Bitcoin. At the minute, you're in a technical target to the downside, but you're in a larger technical target to the upside. You're coming back for retracement, for continuation. Do you see that? Take care, everyone. I'm back tomorrow. Another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and get involved with the Telegram and Patreon. I was in there live streaming last night, and it was all good. But if it does come down to there, okay, and you put a lovely little cheeky long in down there, you could be looking at a whopping 24% trade for Bitcoin, taking us up to that 52,349 on that next impulsive wave, which is beginning to form. Because, like I said to you, if this is the bottom right here, and you've come down, you create this little throwback just there, okay, if this is the bottom for Bitcoin, then the potential impulsive wave is not as great, so you could be looking at 50,791. But that to me looks like some kind of little bear pennant, bear flag. You know, it looks like it's a continuation. I think, you know, I've already done this with you, haven't I? But if you do get the continuation, you start to fall out of that pattern, and this is where you can see that potential technical target being met. Okay, take care, everyone. Back soon with another update. Bye bye.